Hey y'all, welcome to Hey HR. Listen, a lot of you guys have had tons of questions, not only in my comments, but also in my lives, where you're constantly wondering, should I get a certification or should I get a bachelor's or master's degree? So listen, if y'all want to know the answer to it, keep watching. So many people are like, Tamika, which is preferred? Do they prefer certification? And what type of certification do they prefer? Which level do they prefer? Or do they prefer a degree? And do they prefer a bachelor's degree, a master's degree?
This type of degree, that type of degree.
Let me tell y'all something. It's so hard to say it because honestly, in my 10 years of working in HR, it completely depends on the hiring manager. It depends on what their needs are at the time. They want someone that totally is going to stay up on laws, or do they want someone that just has that foundational knowledge? It also depends not only on what their needs are, but what kind of vision do they have for their department or their organization. Is it a super big organization that has 50 different HR folks? So definitely I want you to have that degree and the certification. Or is it a smaller organization that really is just focused on you keeping them compliant and keeping them focused on being in the best part of litigation? So with that case, most people would say, hey, get a certification. I'm going to tell you that if you're new in your HR career, I would go for the certification. The only reason why I have my master's degree is because I didn't like nursing school. So I jumped into getting a MBA. And when I went to get that MBA, I took so many HR classes that I added on the HR degree. But if I knew what I wanted to do and HR was for me, and I knew that that could be a career, that's something that was attainable for me, I definitely would have went for the certification first. So I'm going to tell you, what you should do is go for the one you feel you can accomplish. Do you want a certification where it's probably going to cost you a $300 exam fee as well as maybe study materials, and it's going to take you roughly 6 months to not only study but also sit for this exam? Or do you want to go for a degree where you're looking at paying constant tuition every semester and going after the degree that's going to take you anywhere from 2, 4, 6, 7 years to attain? I mean, it's completely up to what you feel you can accomplish and what you want to accomplish, and be realistic in what you can accomplish. Do you have the time at home? Do you have a spouse that's waiting on you to cook dinner? Do you have kids that's waiting on you to take them to soccer games or basketball practice? Are you a very avid person in your church and you're very active in your church and you take on other groups in your church? Are you someone that's on the HOA and you have to not only look at what's going on at your house, but the entire neighborhood? See if it's something that you truly can accomplish, and then make your decision. In addition to seeing if it's something that you can accomplish, obviously we already talked about it. Do you have the time to commit to this? Each one's gonna take time. One's a little bit short of time. One is only a part of your life. It's gonna take a while. Which one do you want? Do you have that kind of time to commit to it? But most of all, I will tell you, I would say second runner-up is what they're seeking, right? What the hiring manager is looking for. But first runner-up is what type of job are you applying to? If you're going for an entry-level position, that's a coordinator position, an admin assistant position, even a recruiter position, you probably don't need a degree. Let's be honest. The people who are telling you what to do, the people who are giving you a task on a regular basis, those are the folks that needs the degree. So hold off on that degree. I would wait until I get to the point in my career where not only I need the degree for my position, but also where my company's gonna pay for it. They're not gonna pay for it when you're looking for a degree that probably doesn't even match what they're looking for that position. They might be thinking like, hey, I'm giving you money so that you can be great for another organization. On top of that, they may put a time constraint. Maybe they'll say, okay, well, we're gonna pay for it, but you have to commit to the company for 1 year, 2 years, whatever. Then okay, they just may pay for it. But if you don't need it, do you want to take that time out of your life to commit to a degree that's going to take you 2 to 4 years minimum? Or do you just want to get a certification? Now the difference is with that certification, yeah, there's that one-time commitment for 6 months or less, but there's also that commitment of continuous education credits. So I get it. Maybe I didn't answer the question for you. Maybe I need to work on that a little bit better. So let me tell you how I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna tell you about the benefits of a certification. I'm gonna tell you about the benefits of actually getting a degree. So the one benefit of having the certification is that you have demonstrated by being certified that you know how to do the actual duties of the job. Another benefit of the certification is that you're easily recognized as someone that is certified and that is an expert in their field because of those letters after your name. So I will tell you, automatically, just that, or being in a SHRM group that's only for certified professionals or anything like that, tell someone immediately, he knows the job. Another benefit is that the certification keeps you up on the most recent laws that's going on. I will tell you that HR laws change on a constant basis. I mean, today we're focusing on pregnancy discrimination. Tomorrow we're focusing on diversity and inclusion. The next day we're focusing on employee relations laws. It almost depends on what industry you're in, what state you're in, what type of work you're doing. But with that certification, you're required to continuously recertify, which allows you to stay in the know. Now, the last benefit that I can easily tell you is that employers 9 times out of 10 are quicker to pay for that certification than they will a degree. Most times they know that you're protecting their organization by staying most current with the most current information, that they are so willing to pay for it. And a lot of times they'll pay for that certification without making you have a commitment to them. Now let's talk about the benefits of having a degree. And when I say degree, I mean master's degree or bachelor's degree. Both degrees are so new that having either or is almost the same right now. Many folks are like, well, I think I'm gonna go get a master's degree. Listen, it's not a degree that you find everywhere. So it's not like getting a bachelor's in English or a bachelor's in math or a bachelor's in business that have all been around for a super long time. Human resources is new, so it's not a degree that's easily attainable for everyone. So there may be some people that can get a bachelor's degree but not get a master's degree, and vice versa. But I will tell you the benefits of having that degree is that either degree is going to give you the foundational knowledge that you need to do the job. So either degree is going to tell you about the framework of a job description or about employee laws. There's just so many different great things that automatically you'll learn the basis of that you don't have to learn actually on the job. Now, though there's a very long time commitment with getting a degree, guess what? It gives you a smoother learning curve. So it's not like getting a certification where you're like, okay, I gotta ramp up, know all of this information super duper quick and spit it out on an exam and I gotta pass or fail and that's it. No, you have years to learn this information and years to be a success in this information. And now the most obvious of getting a degree is that it shows that you have critical thinking skills. Y'all, critical thinking skills is so important in HR. I don't need you to be able to just look at what's going on in the moment and be able to decide what should you do for an option or anything that going forward. You need to look at that moment and critically think through every avenue of it. What's going on with my staff now, where this can benefit? What would happen with the organization? How is this going to impact us financially? How is this process going to be implemented? Who all do I have to let be informed of this process? Who all needs to be a part of this process? Is this going to be something that is sustainable? What if I need to make a change? How easy is it to make that change? Critical thinking is so important in HR. Like, I do it every day. I mean, it kills me when I have a leader who's like, well, what are we going to do? Nah, you ain't getting a quick answer out of me. Let me think through this first. Don't be embarrassed. Don't feel any kind of way to say you need to think through it because that's your job. You don't want to make a decision now that's going to impact you later and then it looks like you can't think.
Like, oh my God, why didn't she see this coming?
Guess what? If you critically think through every problem, every situation, you'll forever be a success in human resources. Now, one great thing I must tell y'all is that with a degree or certification, there are very few cons. So let's talk about the cons with the certification. So one thing that's not so happy and not so fun about having a certification is that you have to recertify every 3 years or every 60 credits. This isn't something you can say, okay, one and done. It's something that you are committing to. If you don't meet minimum recertification credits, then you have to retest all over again. And so the second part of that is almost the same as the first. Not only do I have to do it every 3 years, but it's repetitive. It never ends. It never ends. So it is a long time commitment. It's lifetime commitment, at least for the lifetime of your career. So you don't just recertify one time and, oh, I'm done. Nope. Every single 60 credits or 3 years, you're doing it all over again. Now, as you can see, I only had 2 cons for getting a certification, but in actuality, the cons that go with the degree doubles. So the first thing is with the degree, once you're done, you're done. Okay, yeah, that sounds like a fun thing.
That sounds like a great thing. Tamika, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, I thought that's a good thing.
You mean to tell me I'm done?
No, you only have the information that you attain at that time. So when things change, you don't have that information. You have to seek it. Your degree does not give you that information. So yeah, one and done may sound fun, but if you're going to continue this career for the next 10, 20, 15 years of your life, then you need to know what's going on at year 10, what's going on at year 15, what's going on at year 20. Not just what you knew at year 0. And the next con is that the commitment is so serious. It's not like you can make your own schedule. Okay, I'm going to study only on the weekends, or I'm going to study 2 to 3 days a week, and I'm going to do this for 3 months, and then I'm going to sit for this exam and I'm done. No, it's completely opposite. So you're probably going to have to take classes 2 to 3 times a week on a weekly basis for a minimum 1 semester, and then add on another semester, and then another semester, and multiple classes at a time. The commitment is seriously a commitment. So obviously, because it takes you longer to get a degree, it's going to cost you more money. So you pay that $1,000, that would be like your SHRM exam fee and your study materials one time. But with the degree, every single semester you got to pay tuition. It is truly a financial obligation. It's an investment for sure. And I can tell you, unless you go to a mom and pop shop to do H&R for them, every employer is going to require that you have a 10-year commitment with them as long as they're paying for your degree. So if you're working on that degree, every single time they give you a disbursement of money, they're going to ask you for a certain number of years that you're going to definitely agree to stay employed. If not, you got to pay the money back. So y'all, I hope that this video tells you what you should get. Should it be a certification? Should it be a degree? And I have answered so many questions on my lives that if I didn't answer your particular question, then feel free to jump on my lives on YouTube on Thursdays. And to be honest with you, this is a temporary engagement. So I won't be doing it very long, but I hope that if you're not able to get on the live, definitely comment down below and let me know what is your challenge in still being able to make this decision. I thank you all so much for watching another Hey HR video. If this brings you any value at all, please do me a favor and subscribe. And if you're like, man, I can't get enough of this girl always spitting out more information, then definitely hit the bell. At minimum, could you just hit the thumbs up and tell me you like it? I thank you so much. I hope to see you guys on the next video.